Welcome to the Green Room Show for Limit Break Radio, episode number 25.
That number's going up a lot faster than weekly.
Yeah, it is.
Think about how long it took us to get from 1 to 13 and then from there.
Well, when you do full episodes and then only count them as like .1, .2, .3, yeah. I mean, like, we've done 60 some odd shows.
Yeah.
But, you know, because we couldn't label them as episode 1, 2, 3, I thought that was really I thought it was better to group them in terms of like when they were recorded than to be disingenuous and say this is episode 1 or this is episode 2 and this is episode 3.
Well, we all did it at the same time, but trust us, they're different episodes.
Yeah. I don't think we wanted to operate under that pretense at all. We just wanted to, you know, we had to do what we had to do in terms of scheduling, and so how do we react to that? Well, we make up a
decimal numbering system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
we were talking on the show about predictions like 4.0. I'm thinking like, okay, so a year from now, we're talking about this on episode 77.
Yeah.
And 52 onto there.
Yeah. So, episode 25, whole lot of fun, really lively discussion. Which, I'm going to be totally honest with everyone here and with everyone on the Patreon video. That was a very slapdash topic.
Are you trying to insinuate that we put this episode together 2 days ago?
No, we sat around and struggled to find a good topic until Thursday or Friday. And then it was Nika who pointed out that Yoshi P was wearing the Hearts and Farts t-shirt, and that since Yoshi P is addressing spoilery kind of stuff, that maybe now would be a good time. And since we were hurting for a topic so bad,
it fell into place.
It did fall into place.
He actually wore a t-shirt that says "I miss Orshafont" on it.
Yeah.
You scumbag! You're not allowed to miss Orshafont, you douche.
Hashtag never forget.
So, a really lively episode, a lot of really good discussion about the story elements that we've seen set up so far in the 3.0 expansion line. And I was really blown away by some of the theory crafting that we all kind of collectively did on air. That was really cool.
Yeah, for them at home, how much of that discussion was discussed prior to the episode?
None.
The big goose egg. Nothing.
That was nothing.
That was all off the top of our heads.
Our outline was literally like a heading and then like 5 points to like talk
Orshafont
about.
dies.
Like,
Iceheart died.
Not even that was in there.
Stuff we liked. Stuff we thought was shitty. Question marks.
Profit.
That was it.
That was
the outline of that episode.
Yeah. It came together very well. I mean, one of our longer episodes.
When was the last time we clobbered 3 hours?
It's been a while. Usually we do an absolute cutoff at like 2.5.
Yeah.
But the reason was that we had a big host by Happy.
Yeah. Mr. Happy came in with a huge host. Put 450 people right in our lap, and this was
not ending the episode there.
Yeah, when that kind of opportunity presents itself, it has a way of making you want to do a little bit more.
Right.
So thank you to any of you that have joined us because of that host. If you're a Patreon member, Patreon donor, we thank you for your support, and if you came to us by way of Mr. Happy, that's really cool. We do appreciate his host
him a fruit basket.
Yeah, and support from him. So that's super awesome. And
we're not gonna send him a fruits basket.
No, we're gonna send him the DVD collection of Fruits Basket. That's what we're gonna do.
There we go. Or we could send him a bag of dicks. I mean, apparently that's a common thing now.
Yeah.
We'll say it's from Samus.
You'd believe it.
That was a really fun show. I mean, you guys don't kind of hang out in the lore forums like I do.
No.
I read a lot on the lore forums, and I was yeah, I was really happy that you guys were able to kind of step in and supplement a lot of my, a lot of the things that I maybe had forgotten or overlooked in the course of the 3.0 storyline. And yeah, it was a really good kind of collective theory craft experience.
Every time we do one of these story episodes, that is when I think we become the most talkative. Like it's either if we're raging really hard at something, or we're doing story. Those are the two scenarios where we all get really into the conversation and want to really make our points. And you mentioned it earlier where we were talking over each other a lot.
Yeah,
we were all trying to make our point.
In terms of a criticism on our technical performance, and I attribute this more to enthusiasm than anything. But we did have a bit of a problem where there was some crosstalk, and it's something that we kind of all need to be aware of when it's happening. And be sure to just give people their space to make their point.
And I think it's more.
People
like
want
that happen when someone's on Skype too.
Yeah, especially when two people are on Skype.
Yeah.
And really, it's not more of a. It's more like the conversation, the direction just moves so quickly that you want to like try to get your point in there before like the conversation moves past the point you wanted to make.
Yeah.
Because then you like backtrack and then it kind of disrupts the flow a little bit. So.
Right. Yeah. Great point. Not a whole lot of callers today.
No, all
light on the drops too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with a discussion topic where it's like actually talking about something like not serious, but something like with substance and stuff.
You don't want to cheapen it.
Yeah, like adding drops, like when like you don't want to like it's not like a funny episode where it's like raging or whatever. It's more of like thought provoking and stuff. So you don't want to like kind of break the flow a little bit. But yeah, drops were light. Callers were also really light. Like we had Raven who called in. And then we had Ryuko who wanted to call in towards the end of the show. And then we also had one other caller, but like we couldn't really fit him in.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted to talk about like something completely different. But there was like not many people wanting to call in. So I don't know if it was just like the subject matter. Like
it could have been.
They didn't like feel like they could contribute.
And being that this episode happened a little bit earlier on in the day. Usually we're live at 2, we started at noon, so by the time that people who were used to tuning in at 2 got to the stream, we were sort of like in the email segment and wrapping up. So and obviously that big host came from Happy very late in the show. So trying to entice people to call in, I think that may have been a tougher sell today, just because of the timing. And in terms of like scheduling and again production, I think what we learned today is that if we reschedule the show, we can do it for later because we can always put the stream up and say, hey, we're going later. Yeah. But it's really hard to get the word out about moving a show time earlier. So that's going to be something that we're going to be conscious of and trying to adjust.
Plus, it's really painful for the West Coast people to try to get in there because we start at 9 a.m. their time. And
yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest, nerds don't wake up at 9 a.m.
No, well, I wouldn't expect anyone to wake up at 9 a.m. for a podcast. I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't expect anyone to wake up at 9 a.m.
Well, we had the one guy who was listening from Hawaii.
That's true.
What a trooper.
That's true. I mean,
dude,
there are some people who really love this show and will go to great lengths.
Isn't that such a cool feeling?
It is very cool. And
like, think about what it would take for you to wake up at 6:30 for something.
It's flattering. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think really some of the only things that make me disrupt my sleep pattern like that are like live letters and fan fest events and stuff like that. Yeah. Which, speaking of, we have one that's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
The 14-hour live stream.
Yes, the 14-hour live stream. That's starting Saturday at 11 p.m. Our show is going to be starting that weekend. That's Sunday, much later in the day than we normally would, around 7 or 8 p.m. because of the boat races.
Right.
And that also gives us some additional time to digest everything that's been going on.
It starts Saturday at 11 p.m. our time?
Yes.
I can actually do that. Like, I will be out of work by then. It's amazing.
So we definitely need to have a plan in place of who's going to be watching, who's going to be taking notes, who's going to be putting that into the outline, for example.
We're looking at you, Kooky.
No,
Don't put that on Kooky.
no, yeah, it's
No, absolutely not.
I mean, I don't know what your guys' schedule looks like, but you know, like I know that because of the boat races, I'm gonna be having family over that weekend, so it's kind of a weird weekend for me. But I know that, I mean, no one's gonna be here at 11 o'clock, and they certainly won't be watching my TV. So I'm definitely going to be sitting around taking notes, but just something that I wanted to put out there and put in your guys' head early. That it's something that we're going to need to do. And
Are we live casting it?
no, I don't think
14 hours, that'd be nuts.
with the show being literally the next day. I think that we properly cover this information if if we go live later in the day on Sunday.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think that the live, like doing a simulcast live thing, is going to be superfluous because it seems like there is going to be an English portion to this stream, or some translation work that's going to be going along with it, and so I think that reduces the capacity that we can function as a live streaming entity at the same time. They're going to be pretty well covered. What I'd like to focus on for us is making sure that we get all of the information, that we get it right, and that we get it ready for Sunday. So for that weekend, when the stream wraps up, come on over to Limit Break Radio at 7 or 8 o'clock on that Sunday. We're going to be parsing out all of that information, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for that.
So we'll not be using any third-party tools for parsing?
So yeah, that's coming up. That weekend, by the way, because we're going later, because it's so FF14 focused, we probably will forego doing the mini encounter-cast that we debuted today. By the way, that was a lot of fun, guys.
That was a lot of fun.
I think we did a really great job with that. But yeah, just a note of scheduling. We're gonna skip the mini encounter-cast for that weekend.
Yeah, no, that was
that
actually we can knock out really quick, which was
yes,
nice.
That actually, in fact, we had talked a little bit at the end of the mini encounter cast about scheduling for the next final encounter cast. That may push us into the beginning of September.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe our final encounter cast episode 2 was on August
2nd.
4th.
August 2nd.
Second. All right. So,
Okay.
So we
Maybe we should just plan on
doing it
First week of September.
First week of September, yeah, because but it couldn't be the second week because I'm gone the 11th through the 14th. So,
right.
Okay.
Which, by the way, there will be something on Limit Break Radio stream that day.
God.
Right, you're going to be gone. We're aware.
We got this.
We are putting our host minds together to produce something incredible.
I will become Juxta Grigori for the episode.
Oh, great.
And I will lead everything.
It is going to be 2 hours of the four of us arguing over
and my
who's in charge.
minions will dance for me, just like puppets. Dance. Oops, I'm doing that out loud.
So look forward to that.
Yeah,
that's going to be a train wreck.
That will be one of the more interesting episodes in Limit Break Radio's history.
Aniero is going to get back and be like, did you hear the episode? He's like, nope, I don't even want to know. Let's just move on to the next one.
There's only ever been one other Limit Break Radio episode in history. I was there for half of it, but then had to step out and let you and Tom finish up the end. And that was actually the very last episode of Limit Break Radio for Final Fantasy XI.
Wait, so last time you left, it killed Limit Break Radio?
It did.
And he only left for half of the show. So
We're
if he's gone
doomed.
for the whole show,
this could be bad. So strap in, guys.
That second week of September is going to be an experience.
You're not going to want to miss this, believe me. So yeah, that's going to be coming up in the next couple of months here on Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast. So yeah. Do you guys have anything else to add? I think I'm pretty much out of stuff.
That's what touching on Mini Encountercast. I thought that was a great little thing that we can do fairly quickly, just to bring everyone up on the gaming news that's going on. Kind of give the people who are Final Encountercast fans a little taste of it every week, and until maybe we get to the point where
and introduce people to the idea of what Final Encountercast is.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are saying like, I like think there'll be people out there like, oh, I'd like to hear more of that. Well,
Yeah.
I said, well,
I mean, you know, like I said, you know, Kind of Funny Games, ETC News, like all of these places are really, really good. They put out great content. But you know what? I'm sure that there are people out there who don't necessarily want to hear what industry insiders have to say about the industry that they've been living inside of for years. We operate outside of the industry as enthusiasts and as media professionals. So, you know...
I like your Rolodex drop, by the way. I'm sitting there like, I had to think about what that was for a moment. Like, oh yeah, those things!
Yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, but yeah, we're definitely, we're a scrappier show. You know, we've got way more attitude and are willing to say things that these other shows are not willing to say. We're willing to go out on limbs that these other shows are not willing to go out on. And I think that we bring something special and unique to the table, even though our content is somewhat similar to other content, content originators. So, but again, it is all as a result of your support at Patreon.com. And we can't thank you enough. You allow us to be able to branch out and explore new avenues of content. And so far, we've been having a blast. We hope that you guys have really been enjoying the content that we've been making. You guys have been listening in really good numbers. We have very healthy numbers for a fresh show that's coming on only its second episode. So we really hope that that this will continue to grow and that you'll tell your friends about it. Because, you know, if... not necessarily everyone has friends that play Final Fantasy XIV, but we all have friends that play video games, that are into nerd culture, that are into the kinds of stuff that we talk about on Final Encountercast. So we really need your help in stepping in and sharing the show with other people and growing its own audience separate from what we've grown at Limit Break Radio. And that can only happen with your help, and we appreciate your help and support over at patreon.com/LimitBreakRadio.
Absolutely.
One more thing I wanted to point out, that's corrupted aether crystals. Now, Aniero, correct me if I'm wrong, but no one else in the lore community has really thought or made that connection?
I don't know.
If nothing else,
it hasn't been like a big assertion that has been made.
It's not a theory that has been widely popularized, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I had never heard it before today.
Right.
Okay, so I just want to make a point right here and now that corrupted aether crystals equals dragon blood. That was Limit Break Radio, and just like how we can't really prove that we popularized Get Good, we haven't been noticing that it's been getting popular, so I'm making a stand right here and now about corrupted aether crystals.
Yeah, we are starting to see Get Good an awful lot.
And
it really has
around the community,
specifically around the FF14 community. It has really taken root, which is weird.
Is that going to be our legacy? The two words "Get Good."
It might be.
You know what?
It might be.
I never. Two worse words.
It could have been rape babies.
It could have been. It could have been.
I'm not editing that out.
That's because it's topical.
Yeah.
The Sultan is left.
It's canon.
It is canon. That's true.
Head canon, but yeah.
It is no. Yes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode number 25. Again, a really fun discussion. We hope more of you will tune in next time live at twitch.tv/LimitBreakRadio. I'm assuming that everyone that we would be addressing in this video has already followed that channel, but if you haven't, take the opportunity now and head on over to twitch.tv/LimitBreakRadio. Give us a follow. All right, I think that's going to be it. Eskalia, good luck in your fundraising.
On that note, next week my voice may be shot because it is going to be a 36-hour stream. I have no idea.
So you won't talk on the show, darn?
Yeah, I might be quiet on the
darn?
show. Yeah, I know you're real disappointed.
No, it was okay when we weren't touching. That was fine.
Yes, thank you. I am looking forward to this stream. I hope it goes well. It's hopefully just going to be the first of many.
Cool. Well, good luck to you, and hopefully it gets a very enthusiastic response.
Welcome.
So, alright, that's gonna do it for the Green Room video. By the way, I hope to see this up before a friggin' Saturday. Before Saturday.
Before on a Saturday.
That's gonna do it for the Green Room episode. Thank you so much for your support at Patreon, and keep listening. Bye!